my current and future plans for Magic this year, next year, big picture, what I'm up to right now, and some channel updates. Welcome in. Much love, Trav here. And first of all, just want to say thank you. It's been an insane ride, like this YouTube channel, from where it started, the time in my life that it started, to where I am now. It's been a crazy voyage, definitely some lucky coin flips, a lot of hard work, and I'm just happy for all the support that I've had, that we've had. Watch the community grow, Magic for Good, Magic for Bad, the Magic Mastermind, and all this. It's just been, it's been awesome. And I know that with these big groups and these big networks comes great power. And I know that with great power comes great responsibility, as Peter Parker's uncle, I forget his name, says. And with that, I feel obligated to serve as much as I can, to keep going, to use this platform to help as much as I can. It's the biggest platform that I have is through Magic. So my long-term plan is to use that to help, use that to be helpful. You know, I'm not trying to be good or bad. I'm just trying to be helpful, and that's the big picture. Help people move, think, and feel better. You know, at some point, my channels and platforms outside of Magic may be bigger. I might not be, but I'll always use this to be helpful. And, you know, sometimes I'll be more or less active, but that's the big picture. So, short picture, you know, I really started this to be helpful, like the YouTube. It wasn't about me traveling to a bunch of tournaments and doing stuff like that. I like to go to some tournaments, and I went to one randomly in Portland last year and spiked it, and then that started a chain of events that had me over the last year travel the world, become a gold pro, be one of the top finishing teams, and almost or be in the running for draft master up until the final day. So that was pretty cool. But that was a plan. That wasn't plan A at all. It was just something that kind of happened. And my feeling on that, and I talked about this a lot before, is a lot of you guys have different goals and different reasons for wanting to aspire to pro Magic or not to. Mine, a lot of that was bucket list. I wanted to travel. I wanted to do it with my brother, which we did to an extent. I wanted to compete with the best, and I did those things. I didn't want it necessarily to be a permanent lifestyle. Like, I don't see myself traveling to GPs all the time forever. Absolutely not. It's also not necessarily up to me. You know, I might scrub out this season. I won't be gold next season. And then at that point, I would probably kind of let it slip away. So the way things are, I can't plan out more than a year in ahead because of the way Magic works. And I'm not sure that I will be a traveling pro next season. You know, I have had a lot of fun, and I want to help people do what I do. It's been truly life-changing, but it's also has been really draining to be in this city, then this city. And, you know, I'm going into this trip. Again, I'll see you in Phoenix. I will see you in Portland. I will see you in Santa Clara. I may see you in London. I'll see you in Bilbao. I'll see you in Lyon. I'll see you in maybe Madrid, maybe Amsterdam, maybe Bologna. And then I'm not sure later in the season, but it's draining. It's hard to have a normal life with normal relationships. It's hard to have a regular diet and a regular sleep schedule and stuff like this when I'm flying all over the place. So there's definitely cons to it, and I found it to be draining. I'm already feeling a little bit drained before this trip, which I'm going to follow through with. And I plan on taking a few months off after that trip again. A few months off, not off necessarily YouTube and not off the Mastermind and Magic for Good and stuff like that, but off of the hardcore tournaments. So I don't know that I'll continue with that. One of the things that I do want to continue with definitely is bring Magic to the youth. That's something I've been getting more involved with in Hawaii. My buddy MTG 808 Junior, or MTG Junior 808, Sean Pottinger, a teacher, doing a lot of cool stuff with Magic. Went into a school with him, and I've been going to this Friday program that he's doing, Introduce Magic to Kids. Now I'm out here on the Big Island. Was just playing yesterday with this 8-year-old who I taught how to play last year when he was 7, which is really cool. And I'm going into a school I'm going into a local game store, and the teacher is bringing in her students today. So I'm getting more involved with kids and youth community, and I really like that, love that, want to keep that going and see where that goes, because the Junior Super Series and the youth tournaments, youth circuit was a big deal for me. It doesn't exist anymore, and there isn't anything set up to get players playing really. So that's why Sean and I are both so excited about doing it ourselves, because there's a really big empty void. Okay, kind of current plans. I mentioned this year I don't know how it will go. I am going to a lot of tournaments, you can see, and I'm preparing hard. I'm going to Vegas a week early for Phoenix, and 2 weeks early before the Pro Tour, and I will be preparing quite hard. And I want to have good results on the Pro Tour. I like options, and it will be nice to have the option next season of being, what's up? It'll be nice to have the option next season of being able to, in 2019 season, of being able to play on the Pro Tours. So I am going to try hard, and I want that prize money as well. That said, one of my goals for this season is to recruit more coaches for the mastermind or coaching program, because I started that project because a lot of people wanted coaching services, and there was basically nothing in the market, and there still really is nothing besides ourselves. There's some individual pros who will look at what you're doing, but there's nothing really like what we're doing. I don't think there will be. Just we kind of swallowed the market in a way, but I want it to be helpful and useful, even if I'm taking time off, even if I don't want it to be all about me. And we've been pretty successful in that, bringing in guys like Ben Friedman, Adam Yurchik, Donald Smith, watching him blast off, Jody Keith. Other pros are in here who aren't necessarily coaches, but I want to be in a position where, I want us to be in a position where it can continue without me potentially. So, or with me at least not being on the pro circuit as actively. Or even it would be cool if if I died, it could continue on. So part of this is on the pro circuit, trying to work with other pros to help bring them in. And we already have 4 coaches. I don't think we need more than 5 necessarily, but have some backups, or maybe it's successful enough that we can have more. So that's a lot of my plan. As for next season, again, one of the things that that's burning me out a little bit is not being able to plan that far ahead, because depending on how these tournaments go, I may go to more tournaments, I may go to less tournaments. It's not just how I feel about if I'm exhausted or not exhausted, but how many points I have. If I top 8 the first Pro Tour, win the first Pro Tour, then I don't have to go to that much this season to lock it all in. And I wouldn't. But if I'm really struggling as well, like just not putting up results, maybe I can call it off. But if I am somewhere in the middle, like I'm doing okay, and I'm just barely on track, then I'll be going to way more tournaments so that I can lock in the points that I need. So it's kind of unclear, I can't plan exactly ahead. Oh God, also important, short term. I probably should have put this earlier, because I know a lot of you guys have clicked off at this point. This should have gone earlier, but right now is October, or the start of October basically. So I'm flying to Vegas on the 24th, and that's when I'm going to start doing, getting back to hardcore testing and playing. And that's when I'm going to be posting draft videos and standard videos and stuff like that. Not before. In the in-between time, you guys know I've been out in this farm in Hawaii, and now I'm out in the Big Island kind of exploring. I'm going back to Oahu next week to help throw this farm festival, which the farm union in Hawaii is coming in, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But also that week and the following week, I'm going to be basically working full time as a farmer, starting at 6:30, finishing at 5:30 p.m. And that's going to be a lot of fun, but I have all these commitments and I'm not going to be playing too much. And I don't see myself posting a video every single day. I think it's going to be reduced to something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, until the 24th. So, I've only missed, I think, 1 day or maybe 2 days of video in the last year and a half. So that's tough for me, but I have a hard time seeing a daily video happening. After the 24th, easily that will continue and I'll be able to stockpile up again. But up until then, with everything that I'm doing, I just don't see it happening. So, again, I will continue to make videos because of the power and the obligation to help. But I have a hard time. I want to allow myself to work on other projects too. So I think that's a good compromise, is to post, every other day rather than every single day, at least up until the 24th. So that's my plans. Wanted to let you know and wanted to thank you, appreciate you, and so on, and wish you the best, and just say that I'm so happy to have this community and work in this community, and it's been a great time, and it will be a great time, and I've got a lot of projects I'm working on and things that are going to be great. So I appreciate you. Much love. I look forward to seeing what you have to say in the comments. Holler at me, and we will speak soon. Peace out.